Okay, the tape is rolling.
Pamela.
Excuse me, ma'am?
She said Pamela. Maybe she prefers not being called Mrs. Voorhees.
Mrs. Voorhees, I'm Police Chief Tom Kelly. Detective Madry and I want to ask you a few questions, if that's all right.
Pamela? We're very sorry about the loss of your son. And we appreciate you.
His name was Jason.
Yes, ma'am. Jason. I understand he was 12 years old and he was not capable of normal. The report says his mind was...
There is nothing wrong with my son. Jason is a wonderful boy. He just needs to be watched over. I always have done that. I've always protected him. Always. My Jason is very special.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sure he was. I understand you are the cook at Camp Crystal Lake and...
I was promised that these counselors were responsible. That's why I took the job. These Christian teenagers would help look after my son while I worked. That's why I took this job. I was lied to.
Mrs. Voorhees, I'm sure these kids were just...
Fucking. That's what they were doing. That's what all of them were doing.
No, ma'am. The counselors were...
Were you there? No, you were not.
Mrs. Voorhees, please.
I was there, doing my job, washing the dishes of these selfish, irresponsible...
Ma'am, you need to...
You don't understand. I heard him. I heard my Jason calling for me from the lake. He was calling for his mother. Mommy. Help. Mommy. Help me, Mommy.
Ma'am?
But it couldn't have been him, I kept thinking. It had to be just me imagining, you know? When you hear a voice...
Tell me about the Unger Institute, Tommy. You've been back there almost 2 months now.
It's the same as it ever was.
Are you sharing in group session yet, or still keeping to yourself?
I've made one friend, I guess.
Tell me about your friend.
Alan? There's not much to say. He's nice. He believes me.
Believes you how?
He believes me that Jason Voorhees is real.
Tommy, now that you and I have had time to analyze what happened at Pinehurst, can you see any more clearly that Jason Voorhees was merely a persona that a psychotic person used to carry out their homicidal fantasies?
All of these years. And you don't believe me either, Lauren. You never believed me, did you?
It's not about whether or not I believe you. Whether it was a crazy person in a mask, or if the actual Jason Voorhees had really come back from the dead and attacked you when you were 12 years old. He's dead now. No one is going to hurt you or anyone else.
Detective Rigo said that the body of the man who attacked me was cremated. Is that true?
I honestly have no way of knowing that, Tommy. But yes, I would assume that it is true.
Well, I suppose there's really only one way to know for sure, huh?
And how is that?
Alan says he knows where Jason is buried. Where they buried his ashes.
Tommy, you're regressing.
Actually, I'm not. All of these years suffering over this, when the answer was right in front of me. I know what I have to do now.
We're rolling, Detective Rigo.
So, here we are again, Dr. Marino, only this time it only took a matter of weeks before there was another massacre. And once again, your patient, Tommy Jarvis, is in the middle of it.
I haven't spoken with Tommy yet, detectives. I have no details for you until I can speak to my patient alone.
Do you know what I think? What I've always thought since the day I got sent to this godforsaken Camp Crystal Lake place to clean up the first Jarvis mess?
I really don't care, Detective Rigo, but I'd bet my pension that you're going to tell me anyway.
I think that Jason Voorhees is nothing but an urban legend. And for some reason, it's compelling enough to attract sick and damaged people like the patient you work with to come here and carry out their homicidal fantasies as Jason.
What do you want me to say, Detective Rigo? That I agree with you that Jason is an urban legend?
Oh, I know you and I agree on that front. I just wish my associate, Ms. Webb, here could say the same.
Sir, I've lived here my entire life. They can change the name of the place to Forest Green or Green fucking Acres. It will always be Crystal Lake. And people will never forget what happened here. Or how many times it's happened.
I understand that, but it wasn't fucking Jason Voorhees. Jesus Christ, do you even realize that the legend doesn't even make a lick of sense? Jason drowned as a little boy and died, right? But then you locals think he came back from the dead to avenge his mother and was somehow now a grown man? And now he just keeps coming back?
Look, I've never once let superstition affect my work. All I'm saying is that at a certain point, you've got to look at the facts and...
And the fact remains that no one on God's green earth has done more to perpetuate this bullshit story and keep inviting this horrible shit to Crystal Lake's front door than that Jarvis freak. And Dr. Marino here insists on humoring Tommy Jarvis instead of locking him away where no one can hear from him again.
I've had enough of this. Unless you're accusing my patient of an actual crime, then I'm done here.
Oh, you're done here, all right. The way I see it, you have two options. You can either continue to defend your precious basket-case Jarvis while bodies pile up, or you can help us shut his fucking mouth once and for all and stop getting people killed.
I'm glad this is being recorded because I believe you just threatened my patient.
No, Doctor, I'm threatening you. You've had years to shut down this raving lunatic, but instead, he's only gotten worse. And now I got yet another pile of innocent corpses, dead sheriffs, and an entire campground full of terrified, scarred-for-life children because of what Tommy Jarvis brought to this godforsaken place. So do your fucking job. Either cure this asshole's insanity or lock him away where he won't be heard from again. Or God is my witness, I'll make sure that you never practice psychiatry again. Where are you going? Hey, you can't just... God damn! Shit, holy Jesus, jumping Christmas shit! Shut it off, Webb.